Hello, everybody. You're lucky I was able to hit the go live button because the honey bun I was eating was trying to take me out. We're having a great nutritious morning this morning. Diet Mountain Dew and 2 honey buns, and I haven't taken my diabetic medicine. But I figured, being that I'm drinking Diet Mountain Dew with no sugar, and then 2 honey buns that have a lot of sugar, it equals out to like a little bit of sugar. Girl math. The great scholar of the commentary community, Turkey Tom, has come out with a video.
They're all okay.
And it's like the newest video on her, so I just figured I would start here. But this is going to be the first reaction of many reactions to Anissa and Idubbbz. I want to know why everybody hates her. I don't get why all these men cope, seethe, and mauled over Anissa. I kind of understand. I kind of know. But then again, I kind of don't. So, let's get started. Alright, it's Tom. Can I do it at 1.5? Yeah, let's do it 1.5. Alright. And I might end up changing it to 1.25, but we'll see. The internet was so different back then. Holy crap. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm going back down to 125. Hold on. Alright.
Let's go back.
You're under arrest. It's either all okay or none of it's okay.
I am unhinged.
Shots are continuing to be fired.
I need to be on a leash, a tight leash.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground right now. If you don't get on the ground right now, I'm going to make a video about you. Fine.
A lot of people looked up to his content, cops. And I'm going to be honest, I think I only watched one. I think I watched the one on Tana Mojo. I think that's the only one I ever watched. I can't remember. I didn't watch the other ones. I've heard differing opinions about his content, cops. I've heard that they were really, really good, and then I've also heard that they're mid. So I don't know. I need to go watch. No, I think they're gone now, aren't they? Aren't the content cops gone now? I'm pretty sure they're re-uploaded somewhere.
You leave me no choice. Prepare to be epically owned, noob.
What's up, party people? My name is Tom, and today we're going to be talking about Idubbbz and Anissa.
I'm giving commentary channels new clips.
I'm honestly pretty tired about even thinking about Idubbbz. It's just sad at this point to see his career sink into the Black Sea as I stare out over the beautiful Bulgarian homeland, okay? I'd rather think about my
Jesus Christ, Tom.
relationship with my farm animals and my apely looking family than freaking Idubbbz at this point, to be honest with you. But Ian and Anissa are not afraid of running their mouth. In fact, they seem unable to let go of what happened with Creator Clash, with the whole Sam Hyde drama, what happened with Froggy Fresh, what happened with the entire commentary community making fun of them. And now Anissa has called out commentary channels in a pretty unhinged rant. So I have to respond, guys. Look, my reputation is at stake. Idubbbz is calling us out. I mean, Idubbbz' wife is calling us out or something.
Commentary.
Okay, now, I was discussing this in a Discord earlier among very fine people of this community. And someone had told me, I think it was last night, a friend of mine said to me that the reason why they think Anissa and Idubbbz are starting to talk about this right now is because they have some kind of announcement to make in like a month's time. And they know how the commentary community works. Ian was part of the commentary community. He was the commentary community. So he knows when people start watching you, they watch every word you say. So if they go and do that announcement, well, then the announcement will get spread out because everybody who's basically A-logging them is going to put out the announcement. So, I don't know. I mean, I think that actually makes sense. I think they're smart enough to do that. Yes, Seraphim, the Gabby Hanna method. Thank you. I was trying to explain in the Discord that I was just in. I was trying to explain that Gabby Hanna used to do the exact same thing with drama channels. Gabby Hanna did the exact same. Gabby Hanna ended up hating those drama channels, but that's exactly what Gabby Hanna used to do. Yep.
YouTubers have no idea what it is to work a normal job, let alone put on a whole event.
Bitch. You worked at a Dairy Queen. I was the one changing your tires, your oil, and putting whatever part that you broke because you don't know how to drive. That's what I was doing. Please don't come at me. And before that, it was probably about a good 20 years of retail. Everything from fast food to grocery stores to a bunch of other shit. No ma'am. No ma'am. That's not true. That's not true at all.
Okay? You have no clue.
Cut my life into pieces.
Have you ever seen someone so mad? Anissa, I know you're watching this, okay? I'll have you know that I worked in the coal mines in Siberia for 30...
Okay, shut the hell up, Tom. Shut the hell up, Tom.
Mad. Anissa, I know you're watching this, okay? I'll have you know that I worked in the coal mines in Siberia for 30 years before I became a YouTuber. I don't have any legs anymore. They got blown off by thermite. Surprise! So put some respect on my name.
You that are looking at this right now, I know that you would cry if I said something to you in real life. I know you would cry. How do
Oh my God. You know what? Here's the funny thing, right? They think this community is only filled with, like, in their mind, I'm not saying they are, but in their mind that this community is just filled with Keemstar wannabe dumb boys. And they're actually highly wrong about that.
I know? Because I've done it to one of you in real life, and you have cried.
This is my last resort.
Okay, I honestly don't believe this happened at all. I would love to know who she's talking about here. Can whoever Anissa Jama emotionally traumatized or something, please come out to tell their story. Maybe make a YouTube video titled, like, My Experience with Anissa Jama, about how she emotionally destroyed you in battle.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to see that video. I would absolutely love to see that video.
Baited you in the marketplace of ideas and you just couldn't take it. I would retweet that video personally. Get it to the top of the YouTube drama subreddit so they can talk about how Anissa's actually in the right here because she's a Muslim socialist or something. And Anissa, hey, if you ever see me in real life, be sure to talk to me. I will instantly burst into tears. You can see I'm tearing up right now. I'm getting emotional. I'm just a sensitive boy, you know. She looks
He is such a shit stirrer.
scary, man. Look at her. Just fucking look at her. That haircut is scary. Me when every gas station in a 50-mile radius is out of wintergreen Zins.
I need to be on a leash. I need to be on a leash.
Oh my God, girl, you don't understand. You get mad at the jokes they give, but you're literally just handing them the jokes on a silver platter. Like, bro.
50-mile radius is out of wintergreen Zins.
I need to be on a leash. I need to be on a leash. A tight leash, to be honest. Because I am unhinged.
Jesus, Lord have mercy.
Hinge, I need to be on a leash. I'm like the Joker. Don't let me outside. I will not hesitate to maul the gas station employees.
Okay, here's the thing. Who was it? Overseer says she's absolutely fuming, right? Y'all are saying that she's unhinged, right? I don't see that. I don't see that she's unhinged. Hold on, let's watch it again.
Every gas station in a 50-mile radius is out of wintergreen Zins.
I need to be on a leash. I need to be on a leash. A tight leash, to be honest. Because I am unhinged.
I don't think she is unhinged. I think she's trying to play a game. I think she wants the attention. So she's saying exactly what needs to be said to get said attention. I don't think she's outraged. You want to see outrage? Go see some of my rants in 2022. That's outrage. Outrage is when you're raising your voice to a point and you could or could not be crying because of the simple fact you're so angry you want to hit somebody but you can't because it's on the internet. That's not outrage. That right there is faking outrage. I think she's faking outrage. I mean, I think she is sensitive, but I think she's doing this for a reason. I really do. I think she's crazy.
I'm unhinged. I need to be on a leash. I'm like the Joker. Don't let me outside. I will not hesitate to maul the gas station employee's face off.
See, he's acting more unhinged than she did. He's actually acting like what unhinged may or may not look like. Her acting like this brings eyes to her channel, even if it's for the hate watching of view is a view. Exactly, Squatchin'. That's exactly what I think it is.
With my teeth, okay? Listen, give me my sins. She seems very, very upset here, and to an extent it's understandable because the entire internet was shitting down her throat for a few years, but realistically, it's not totally unwarranted. It's over stuff that you did. You and Ian collectively shit on his old fans.
I did not like the interactions that I had with fans. There were quite a few human beings that I interacted with that just sucked because I attracted a lot of people who sucked. Some people were very much like antisocial, weird, basement dwellers. You know, the one time a month that they...
You literally just described yourself. You literally just described yourself.
Some people were very much like antisocial, weird, basement dwellers. You know, the one time a month that they come out of their cave and they run into me, their favorite YouTuber.
What would they say? What would they do?
Things that I am certainly not going to repeat. I'm talking bad words.
Words that we only say by describing the first letter?
Yeah, exactly. Boy, man, what a powerful way of putting it.
You apologized to people who didn't need an apology, like Tana Mojo. You apologized to her publicly, and she's like, yeah, I think I was in the wrong, actually, and I didn't deserve that apology. I feel like nothing bad even happened to me.
And it says, Idubbbz has apologized to Tana Mojo. And I don't know how I feel about it, you know, because like him inevitably making me kind of canceled and lose subscribers and have to apologize and all that type of stuff. I kind of think I like deserved that. And maybe that's like dark, like to say. I don't feel like I'm owed an apology. And maybe that's because I've accepted it so much that like people always ask me if you could go back in time and like make that never happen. Like,
yeah, because she grew up. She grew up.
Would you? And I always say no, because I feel like at the time it was obviously like it was a very dark time period of my life when it came to like self-reflection and trying to figure shit out. And like I think I would be a completely different person if I didn't have that. I think it like I was on track to just be so on my high horse and like egotistical and like nothing could go wrong, that something going wrong gave me such a dose of reality that like this might not last forever.
So based on this, why you...
No, I think Tana is correct in saying that. That's actually, and I can't believe I'm saying this and Tana in the same sentence. It's really weird to do this because, wow, I remember her last apology that she was wearing all white in an all white room, sitting on the floor in front of her bed. I remember that apology. Oh my God. But it seems like Tana's grown up. She realized what she did was wrong. You know? I mean, good for her. That's what accountability is. Listen, sometimes people take accountability and it takes them years to finally take that accountability. You know? So.
Because you said in some old videos, is that really it? It's ridiculous. And it shows a fundamental misunderstanding of why people enjoyed this content in the first place. It's not because he was racist. It's not because he was needlessly edgy all the time. It's because he was genuinely a funny guy.
I have osteoporosis.
But now he and Anissa have convinced themselves that they need to atone for the sins of their past. All because they got made fun of when Anissa started in OnlyFans.
No, they went to the extreme. They are literally like extreme. Like they don't have a sense of humor anymore. They have lost their sense of humor. And I think that's what's sad about Idubbbz. He has completely lost his sense of humor. But now, Idubbbz, like when people tell me that, yeah, Idubbbz used to be so funny. And I'm looking at the Idubbbz now, I'm like, where?
Also take ownership for the Tana. The Tana thing was my.
Oh, that was so long ago.
Was my idea. Was my stupid idea.
Yeah.
I was the one that
suggested like we can go to the place. It's just in San Francisco. I'm like, it is just in San Francisco.
Yeah, that drive and everything. And now I think back to it, I'm like, I can't believe we literally harassed an 18-year-old child at her show.
They really.
Okay, wait a minute. Now at 18, they're no longer a child. Are they young? Are they stupid? Yes. Are they a child? No. Don't treat them like a kid. They're 18. They need to start making grown-up decisions. They're going to do stupid things, and they need to be called out for those stupid things.
He didn't, but if you want to have the understanding that you personally harassed a child, if that's what you think you did, then you probably should not be calling out other people for almost anything, considering that you apparently harassed a child in real life. So Idubbbz has not really been posting quality content to his channel for a while now. It's kind of hard to understand why people would even watch the shit he's making, not that many of them are.
Y'all are probably wondering what this is. And no, it's not a gooning grid meant to show you exactly where you're supposed to place your pecker for a rousing session of gooning.
But thankfully for us, the real quality content is coming from Anissa right now, who seems to be taking the reins of content production by the balls these days. So she fired up a Twitch stream where she had a lot to say.
I'm telling you, she's doing this shit on purpose. She is absolutely doing this shit on purpose.
People really cared about my clipping my stream because Ian wasn't really a sharer at all back then. And I think people wanted something. They wanted something, you know, more. And so my stream was kind of where people could go if they wanted to, like, make assumptions or, like, try and draw drama up. So I would get clipped a lot. And you're live and you're sharing things and, like, not everything is curated and sometimes things come out wrong or whatever. So I was getting clipped a lot, and it was causing a lot of stress in our, like, relationship. It was causing a lot of stress in my life. I was paranoid. I every time I streamed, I felt like I could say less and less because I was afraid of, like, things getting clipped out of context or just clipped in general and, like, put in a 500,000 viewed video about how I hate pyrocynical or whatever the topic was that.
That's what happens. I mean, you were dating Idubbbz, so everything you say is going to be used against you in the court of the internet. That's just how it is. I get clipped out of context all the time, and I'm a nobody. So I can only imagine the girlfriend, eventually wife, of Idubbbz is going to be clipped out of context all the time. You gotta learn how to you gotta learn how to deal with it, and you gotta learn to watch what you say on a live stream.
You know, weak.
Well, yeah, generally when you stream and reveal personal information about yourself, people may want to talk about it or comment on it because you're putting it out there in the internet for them to think about. And when you talk large content creators with a lot of subscribers, people will also want to clip that and talk about it. It makes...
And it does make sense. It makes absolute sense. I just clipped him, but that's okay. It does make sense. And listen, if you talk shit about other creators, guess what? I don't care who you are. If you talk shit about other creators on a platform, they have every right to say something back to you. I don't care if you have 1 subscriber or 3 million subscribers, they have the right to say something back to you. And also, people like me, you know, drama channels, they have the right to report on it that you were talking shit. It's how the internet economy goes. You can't get mad at that. You're married to a man that literally took people down with his videos. What? Don't act like this is new. It's not new. Yes, it's the circle of internet life. Absolutely, Miss Susie. 100%. It's the circle of internet life. Period. Point blank period.
Sense. But it's just funny to me to hear that the content cop himself was scared that he was going to have his girlfriend clipped out of context or clipped to be in commentary videos and have their dirty laundry talked about by the entire internet. I mean, you made a career off of making fun of people, off of criticizing them, off of calling other people out for stuff in their personal lives and on YouTube. It's not surprising that people would want to talk about you when you make yourself vulnerable like that. I make a point not to spill any of my personal life because honestly, it's my personal life. It's not for everyone to know online. It's for me.
Absolutely not. Never make that mistake. Never make that mistake. I have made that mistake several times and I will not do it again. I tell y'all exactly what I don't care that y'all know, which I'm pretty much an open book, but there is still stuff that I hold near and dear that y'all will never know.
Me. I don't feel the need to justify what I do in my personal life to my fucking audience because they're not my best friends. Except for you. You in particular, watching this right now. You and me are best buddies and I love you.
It got to the point where I was...
And don't do that. If you're a content creator, do yourself a favor. Don't do that. Do not create a parasocial relationship with your audience. In the sense of, it's going to happen anyway, all right? But in the sense of, do not get too involved with them.
It's like miserable streaming. I was spending a lot of time
What's up, Nani?
debating quitting. And Ian was like, well, maybe like there's something else you want to do. Like maybe there's like another avenue online where you can like make money and be happy and you know, still do this, but without streaming anymore. And I quit streaming basically. And I started doing OnlyFans.
Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. It is so funny that her solution to being made fun of online was, how can I show my naked body to the internet? Great idea, man.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be very honest. I understand with the stupid shit that comes out of Anissa's mouth. Get on her, okay? I don't get the OnlyFans thing. I really do not get the OnlyFans thing. Now, I understand Idubbbz had said something to the effect of he don't care that men are whacking it to her. I still don't get it. I mean, I understand it's a meme. It could be a meme about it, but I'm sorry. I'm one of those people that I'm positive with sex work. I'm not going to get on her for having an OnlyFans. I refuse to do it. I think that's taking it too far. I mean, and I'm not saying joking about it is too far. There's a difference between joking about it, but I'm talking about the people who legitimately say that she's wrong because she has an OnlyFans. I'm talking about those people. Not the people who meme it, because a joke is a joke. And like I said in that one tweet, not everybody's going to like everybody's joke, all right? And that's okay. But I'm talking about the people who legitimately hate her because she has an OnlyFans. Like, bro. Ninja says, Tommy C's theory makes sense. She married the baddest man on the internet until she realized that he was a regular dork like the rest of us. She wanted to marry Idubbbz, but she got Ian. Actually, yes, that makes a lot of sense.
That will definitely fix the issue. I know when I'm being made fun of online, my instant response is, what if all the people who hate me could also see my butthole? That is the natural line of logic here. I don't even really hate that she had an OnlyFans. It's whatever. It's a personal choice. It's what she does in her personal life, I guess. But she publicized it. She made it a thing that everyone can talk about.
But I will say this. I will 100% say this. I don't have a problem with her having OnlyFans. But if you were worried about how they were acting to your streams, what in the hell did you think they were going to do when you started an OnlyFans? You were literally asking for them to f with you even harder. I will say that. It was, if you were having mental issues because of how people were clipping you out of context on a live stream, how do you think they were going to react to you starting an OnlyFans?
She did it apparently as a result of her Twitch career not going that well, or like people were making fun of her too much, and then she was like, hey everyone, here's me naked. That just seems like a ridiculous line of thinking. But
Wednesday, I think you're 100% correct. She shouldn't have put herself out there if she wasn't going to have a thick skin. I do agree. Wednesday. Absolutely, 100%. And she already proved that she didn't have a thick skin, which is fine. Not everybody's going to have a thick skin, okay? Not everybody is going to. All right, everybody is built different. But she already proved that she didn't have a thick skin with live streaming. Why would you start at OnlyFans? Why? It was going to get 10 times worse.
The internet is the internet, and sometimes when you put something out, people might talk about it. My first thought would never, ever be, when people are making fun of me, what if I was naked right now?
Yes, to us, it seemed like such a great idea. It was just starting to get traction. I would have been one of the first to like get in the door. And neither of us were insecure about like me doing it. I would argue I was more insecure about doing it because I have like body image issues and stuff. But we thought it would be great for like my self-esteem and proving to myself like I can do something like this. And and we thought like there would be certain people that would be upset about it. But like the reaction that we got was so like explosive. What
did you think was going to happen, Anissa? Oh my God. What did you think was going to happen? Oh my God. Stupidity, bro.
It really knocked us off of our, like, everything went for a loop. And the timing was really bad because my dad had just, started to really decline in, my dad started to really decline in, mental ability because of his Alzheimer's, and it just felt like the internet was waiting for Ian to trip. Does that make sense?
I mean, when you are the guy who calls people out, the guy who criticizes people and makes fun of people, you're going to an extent be in that position. But at the same,
look at Keemstar. Look how many attempts there have been on Keemstar's career. Look how many attempts there have been on cancellations of Keemstar. Why? Well, he can be a shithead, for one. That's true. We all know that. But he ran Drama Alert. He literally built a channel up to 5 million subscribers, and the whole point of Drama Alert was to call people out. So when you have that as a job on the internet, and you're one of the top people doing it, people are just waiting in the bushes, waiting for you to slip up so that they can call out that guy. And cancellations don't work. Cancellations only work if the person that is canceled feels like they were canceled, and how they react to it is how cancellations work.
Same time, I honestly will maintain that the OnlyFans thing was not that big of a deal. Did people make fun of it? Oh yeah, of course. I mean, Twitter was fun that day. It was crazy.
You're a whore. You're a whore. Just admit it. You're a whore. You whore yourself out online. You whore yourself out in front of your family and your friends. You're a whore. Plain and simple.
Oh, wow. That's funny.
Right-wing dudes call it cringe and degenerate and not like Idubbbz anymore. Yes, obviously, to be expected. To an extent, that's what happened. But Idubbbz was never a political creator. He was never somebody who everybody watched because he was like the coolest guy ever. It's because he was funny. He made good content. He responded to criticism well. He criticized other people very well. He picked them apart systematically in a very funny way. But I think it's the response that he gave thereafter where he was obviously very upset, and the subsequent streams and appearances and comments about it, and the thing with Sam Hyde that really made things worse. The OnlyFans stuff is...
Jesus Christ, Sam. There is something wrong with that man. There is something wrong with that man. I swear to God. There is something wrong with that man. Oh!
It's funny, undoubtedly, and some people got genuinely mad at it, but it's a mostly ignorable thing, because it didn't really have anything to do with what Idubbbz said, or what Anissa said. It's a personal choice they made in her career. The problem is that when you were made fun of, you went on a really insane arc of apologizing to everyone for ever being mean to anyone in the first place. Because for once, you guys were the ones being made fun of, and apparently that made you realize that being made fun of online doesn't feel that good or something? Like you just realized that for the first...
Yes, and I think that's what happened. And I think that's why Ian has turned out the way he has turned out. Because he finally realized what he was doing all those years. He finally realized, oh, this is how it feels.
First time ever?
They were waiting for Ian to trip so like they could get on top and just start like ripping. That's when it all started. Because it was something, right? Something that would have, I really believe would have been small for most people, but because Ian had such little information about his actual self on the internet, this was something. Because like I don't think people understand like Ian's name, birthday, like siblings, all of that is like completely false on the internet. He had never shared anything about himself ever, and I think people were waiting for something. And once that happened, it became we just became really aware of like what Ian had, and when I say Ian, I mean we essentially had created, which was like. It was a very hungry pack of dogs. It's basically like Ramsay Bolton from like Game of Thrones, right? Like they don't give a shit like who they're consuming, who they're ripping apart. Like they just want something to rip apart.
And Ian was the exact same way. Matter of fact, I would go so far as to say he was one of the pioneers of doing that. His content cops are legendary. To this day, people still talk about them. He's one of those people that pioneered that. And when it came around and bit him in the ass, he couldn't handle it. Yeah, Sid. Karma's a bitch. Yeah. And Karma got his ass. Karma got Ian. And he couldn't handle it. And Anissa couldn't handle it either. Like Tommy said, she thought she wanted Idubbbz. Idubbbz was on the top. Idubbbz was the guy that was uncancelable until she came around. And it was through her he got canceled. And how he reacted to it was horrible. And now he's known as a hypocrite. And people call him a cuck.
And even more delicious that it's like the person that was taking care of them for so long. Do you know what I mean? And that has been something that has been really hard emotionally, like mentally, to wrap our heads around. Because it feels like there's nothing, right? Like now it's just anytime there's any attempt to like get up, you know, it's like fish to, or shark to blood or whatever.
And here I am.
Tom, Jesus Christ. Okay, look. This is what they need to do. All right? Plain and simple. This is what they need to do. Shut the f*** up and just do your content. Don't talk about your haters. Don't talk about the commentary community. Don't talk about Sam Hyde. Don't do any of that. Act like these people don't exist and just do your content. You are not helping the situation, even though you're talking about it behind a paywall. Y'all know how commentary community works. They're still going to get the videos. Somebody is still going to clip it. Stop talking about it. Because now you're on how many years about mauling over the commentary community? Bro, what? You're looking weak. Content cop of all people is weak.
You know, it's like fish to, or shark to blood or whatever.
And here I am. I'm a shark. Arr.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Is Brucey!
The thing is, I think if they had like just ignored it, it would have been fine. There's this Sunny V2
Exactly.
thumbnail.
Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, Tom, for backing up what I just said. Thank you. Exactly. Ignore it. Ignore it. If you're on the internet, people are going to talk shit about you. They're going to talk shit about you. And if you, for YouTube example, that's why I try to tell people, if you're not a content creator, don't call into these shows and stuff like that and say something stupid. Because guess what? As soon as you say something stupid, you are no longer a viewer. You are now part of the content. People don't realize it. Don't become the content. So when you sit there and you mauled, sieve, and cope for years about people picking on you, all you're doing is feeding the content farms. That's all you're doing. You're feeding them. And farmers like me, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to show it.
I always think about, because it's really funny, it's a picture of DaBaby. Okay, DaBaby, not, oh no, no, you know, DaBaby, the rap guy.
Oh my God!
What the?
What the hell? You
What are you looking
guys! He's listening to DaBaby!
And the text that's on it is never respond. I think he changed the thumbnail since then, but you can still find like copies of it from reactions where people are like, oh, he responded, never respond to DaBaby! You can find the original thumbnail. And genuinely, I think that Ian did not need to make a whole video about the OnlyFans thing. Because he already showed that it was epic and cool, and he was epic and cool sex work supporter by dating a girl who does OnlyFans. Like, everybody kind of implicitly understood that. He didn't need to make a whole video complaining about the fact that people didn't like that he did that. Like, it's just, it seems to go against.
And that's when he was really getting canceled, because he responded. Do you realize, okay, if I responded to every single thing people said, say, because they still say it. Do you know how long of a live stream I would have with all the screenshots, all the recordings, all the clips? Do you know how long we would be sitting here? Do you know how many times you would hear me being called grandma and old and trailer park trash, no teeth having, etc., etc.? Do you know how long I would be sitting here? We would be sitting here for hours. No. Let them say what they're going to say. I don't care. Say what you're going to say. You're not going to stop me. Listen, the best revenge is do good. The best revenge is put your middle finger up in the air and keep trucking, baby, and keep doing what you love to do. And f*** them haters. Because you know what? I look at haters the same way. I remember Xylie Star saying this. He said it on some kind of live stream. And I want to say he was talking to me, but I can't remember. I know I was there. All right? And Xylie Star said this. My haters are my co-workers. Because it's because of my haters, my name is still in people's mouths. My haters are my coworkers. Keep talking about me. Please. Keep talking about me. Because nobody will forget me. Hate watchers, please watch. People who throw in hateful comments, please do. You're helping me with the algorithm. Haters want to come into the chat, as long as you're respectful, you can say whatever you want. Thank you, you're helping me with the algorithm. My haters are my coworkers. And that's how you should look at it. I think that was the best advice from Keystar.
Against every guideline and rule he followed before that. So I don't know why he did that. I don't know if Anissa wanted him to make the video. I don't know if he really did, but looking back, it just seems like such a dumb decision. He didn't need to make a whole video.
That pretty much wraps up this video. I love my girlfriend, and I'm totally fine with dudes jacking off to pictures of her on the internet. Doesn't affect me one way or the other. If you are upset by me admitting this, then I suggest you go idolize someone else.
Like it just...
Okay, that statement that Ian just said, that statement alone, there's nothing wrong with that statement, okay? I don't find anything wrong with that statement. But that could have been a tweet. Or that could have been nothing at all and you just tell your friends that. But the fact that he made a whole ass video about that is the problem. That is the problem. Him having those feelings about it, nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing. But the fact that he made a whole ass video, you told the people that were trolling you that they won. And the last thing you want those people to know is that they won. Because once they figured out they won, they're going to go even harder because now at that point they want to break you. And they want to see at what point you will break. Never let them see you sweat. Believe me, been there, done that. And I learned my lesson. I did. I made sure to learn that lesson. Never let them see you sweat.
Wasn't needed. You didn't really need to say this. At one point, Anissa gets very mad at some schizo comments on her Instagram, and she feels the need to go on a diatribe about it.
Now he is broke, unemployed, and on drugs. Broke, unemployed, and on drugs. How is it even possible to turn a man from being a millionaire and loved to having hate channels getting 10 times your podcast views? Next level personality disorder. And what did he get in return? A manipulative tomboy that sells her body for a small monthly subscription fee. Somebody said, you need help. And they said, which part is incorrect? This person said, he's far from broke or unemployed. Being unemployed doesn't mean that you're not generating ad revenue. I doubt he's on drugs. He was just in Australia. I doubt he'd be able to travel internationally on drugs. This person replied to this confidently. They said on the podcast that they were broke. What? I don't know where that came from. His monthly views, 1.2 million, equal less than 2K per month, which I don't know where that's coming from. 2K.
Hold on. We're going to take a trip. Ooh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Shit! Bro. Look at... Oh my god! Oh my god! Bruh! Alright, monthly gain subscribers. Negative 20, negative 10, 0, negative 10, negative 10, negative 10, oh my god! Negative 10, negative 20, negative 80, negative 20, negative 30, good god, 40, 10, 20, oh my, bro. Okay. Okay, right here is the 0 line. So everything, every single one of these dots, except for the ones that are at the highest points, are negatives. Holy shit. He's at 7.23 right now, and they're expecting him to be at 7.22 tomorrow. Around tomorrow. I bet you that's where he got rid of his content cops. Negative 4 million views. Damn, Idubbbz down bad. Idubbbz down bad.
Per month in AdSense. I know because I have AdSense, which everybody's AdSense like clicks per whatever is different, but sure. And he also said that he's on drugs on his podcast. The rest is correct as well. Like, what do you do to that? What do you say to that?
I don't think Idubbbz is on drugs. I think, okay, I'm going to get really serious with y'all for a moment, all right? And I'm not memeing. I am being actually very legit on what I'm about to say, all right? I don't think Idubbbz is on drugs. I honestly think Idubbbz has mental issues. And I think he seems like his spirit is broken. It's really actually very sad to see. Like, when I see Idubbbz talk, like, I want to meme, I want to joke, but at the same time, like, deep down inside, I feel kind of sad when I hear him talk. Because he really talks like he's a broken man. You know, and he doesn't, there's something wrong there. And I'm not memeing when I say that, I'm being very serious. I think there's something wrong there.
Like, somebody was like trying to have a fair discussion and they were like, nope, all true. They said this on their podcast. Said none of that on our podcast. That's what I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Like, there are people out there who legitimately, like, they don't see very much about us, and the stuff that they do see is like this shit, and then they're like, oh, that's so sad.
Anissa, y'all got to stop. You gotta stop. You don't, oh my God, I don't understand. Please tell me that Idubbbz is in the background telling her, Anissa, you gotta stop. Because what you're doing is you're feeding them. You're completely feeding them. You are literally giving the drama channels exactly what they want the more you talk. And then by giving them what they want, how can you complain? You're giving it to them. It's not like they're making this shit up out of the air. No, this is an actual clip from your live stream. Good God.
Ian's on drugs.
And that guy did make up a bunch of I don't think Ian is on drugs or anything, but by obsessively talking about comments like that, by obsessing over the people who are mean to you online, ultimately you kind of let them win. This person isn't telling the truth anyway. They're acting in bad faith. You can respond to crazy people for sure. There's no doubt about it. It makes sense. Yeah. You can try to debunk the allegations if it becomes like a big widespread thing, but I don't think the majority of people think that Idubbbz is literally a crack addict, other than that he kind of looks like one sometimes. Was there really any...
Okay, yeah, but, you know, he looked like a crack addict because he got punched in the face in a boxing match. All right, that's called a meme. That's called a joke. Most people do not believe that Idubbbz is a crack addict. I don't look at him and think he's on drugs.
Reason to get this up in arms about some random guy who commented on your Instagram. I don't think so. And surely you must have better things to do with your time, right? Come on. Don't play around, okay? Get to gaming.
I thought going to therapy would actually make me want to get off the internet. Like, I thought, like, I would go to therapy and I'd be like, oh, of course, like, I need to get off the internet. But for some reason, like, therapy has made me want to, like, come back to the internet. I love doing this. I love talking. I love riffing. I love entertaining. I loved who I was career-wise before I stepped foot into the Idubbbz community. I loved that. I was so happy in that aspect of my life, in my career. And I gave it up because I thought at the time that that was the right thing to do. I thought that it would...
And there's nothing wrong with Anissa coming back to streaming. I mean, fundamentally, there is nothing wrong with her coming back to streaming. The problem is she's feeding the trolls and then getting mad when they respond. Like, you can't have it both ways. If she came back to streaming and just did her own thing, talked about any subject she wanted to talk about, but because she's feeding the trolls between her streams and her podcast that she has with her husband, she's getting shit. Well, that's what happened. It's called talk shit, get hit for a reason. What part of this has nobody learned this by now? Like, what? You can make an offhand... Somebody that we've never heard of can make an offhanded comment about one of the commentary bros, and what's going to happen? Somebody's going to see it, somebody's going to clip it, and then all of a sudden somebody's on live stream going, and this bitch had the audacity to say this about me. Or they show up in their live stream, Nicholas Diorio, show up in their live stream going, hi, how are you today? right after they had just talked shit about him because somebody saw it, gave a link, said, hey, they were talking shit about you, showed them a clip. Let's go see what's up. Happens all the time.
Stop people from like obsessively, I don't know. I thought it was the right thing to do. And it's weird. Going back to therapy has made me realize how much I don't want to like let that go, which kind of sucks because like I'm figuring that out now.
Anissa, you don't have to let it go. Just stop talking shit about people. Stop talking shit about the commentary community and they won't say anything back. It's easy. Keep that shit like that for Ian behind closed doors, for your friends behind closed doors, and your therapist. Talk it out with them. Listen, I got problems with certain people, and guess what? I ain't telling y'all. I ain't saying it on a live stream.
When, I used to have like a very healthy base. And now it's like, well, what's the point? Like sometimes it feels like, what's the point?
You can build your base back up. You can build your base back up. Fun fact, when I first started this channel, I had so many heavy rules in this chat. And they were there for a reason. My chat was filled with very sensitive people. I remember I had somebody that was in my chat for a very long time, and I reacted to, I think, my second Willie Mac Show video, and he had said retard or retarded, and they were having an absolute fit in my chat, and it was one of my mods, and quite frankly, one of my friends. They had an absolute fit because he said retarded. But you know what? When they started realizing that I was actually watching that content more and more, people started falling off. But my base now, like I love the base that I have now. I love my viewers. My viewers are people that my base viewership is not just commentary community. I have people from all different types of communities in YouTube. I have a good mixture in this chat. A very good mixture. I have the bros that are edgy down to the woke kids. You know what I'm saying? I have a little bit of everybody in my chat, and I love it.
Like, can I even build it back up? Like, should I, go do trades or go serve but I feel like I would be remiss, I think that's the right word, if I didn't try.
And that's cool and all, but a big part of content creation is, well, making content. She talked about how commentary channels have never worked a normal job, therefore they suck and they're worthless, right?
Commentary YouTubers have no idea what it is to work a normal job.
God, I hate this part. This part Anissa, I would love to talk to you. And I would love for you to try to make me cry. I think I'm one grown-ass woman that you wouldn't be able to have that conversation with. I would love to have a conversation with you and what just came out your mouth. I really would.
Let alone put on a whole event, okay? You have no clue.
So Anissa must be working really hard, right? She's putting the hours in. She's on her Andrew Tate grind set. I mean, she's getting stuff done. Well, Anissa has streamed 4 times in the last 92 days for a total of 13 hours streaming and an average viewership of 69.9 viewers. Funny number, by the way. And she peaked at 105 viewers. It doesn't seem like very much of a grind set to me. So where's the...
Okay, wait a minute. I gotta say something to that. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I have to actually stick up for Anissa on this point. I have to actually stick up for Anissa. I'm sorry. I know y'all are going to be disappointed that I'm going to do that, but kind of get over it because you know how I am. All right? That right there is not bad for Twitch. An average viewership of 69 people is not bad for Twitch. For YouTube, that's not great. Especially, being Idubbbz' wife, right? But having an average of 60-some viewers is not bad for Twitch. It's not bad at all. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, because average on Twitch is like less than 50 exactly. So I can't, especially when you're first coming back to streaming, that's not bad. So I'm, you know, I can't get on her about that. She's actually not doing bad as far as Twitch numbers go. You know, so I can't say anything about that. I'm not going to get on her about her viewership. Because if she's averaging 7, you might as well say 70 at 69.9. If she's averaging 70 viewers, she's actually doing better than the average person on Twitch. She's doing pretty good. You know?
Number, by the way. And she peaked at 105 viewers. It doesn't seem like very much of a grind set to me. So where's the work going? Is it her OnlyFans or something? Like, is that the thing is taking a lot of time to deal with? I always love to hear people posture about how hard they work compared to other people, compared to other content creators when they're putting in so many hours. When the reality is, what the f is Anissa even doing? What gives you the right to comment on how hard people are working? Where is the hard work she's putting in? I can't seem to find it. For someone who does OnlyFans and is a very lazy content creator, to shit on other content creators because you feel like they don't work enough is crazy.
You can't do that. You can't put down other content creators as far as like how much work they put into it. There's a lot, okay. There is a lot more to content creation than putting in hard work. Because it's very, how do I put it? It's most of it when it comes to content creation is personality. Nicholas DiOrio, for example. He has that personality. He has a great personality on watching his live streams. You know, the way he conducts his live streams, the way he does commentary and stuff like that. He has a great personality when it comes to his videos. If he didn't have that personality, or if he had a very dry personality, which would be very boring to listen to, he wouldn't be as successful as what he is. Personality is most of it. You can have somebody that has a shitty looking video, but if they have a great personality, people will watch it. I've seen videos that editing wise, beautiful. Oh my God, they were gorgeous videos. But the personality, I can't listen to that video. I can't watch that video because I get bored to death. Don't do that. Don't get on other content creators about the work they put into it. Unless they're complaining that they're not making enough money on YouTube, but yet they're not doing anything on YouTube, well, then you can say something like, bro, you're not doing anything. How you expect to be making money, but you're not doing anything? I had a friend like that. Yeah, I want to make YouTube my job. I want to do this. Then why aren't you putting out content? You have to put out content to get people to watch your content, then to turn around and make money on your content. You have to basically put in the work. And that's just doing it. You know?
A lot of them see Ian as their, like, friend. Like, I think a lot of them think Ian is, like, sending them messages or something. Like, the way that people talk about Ian is, I don't know. It's very disturbing. Really, making YouTube videos but streaming the filming, that's so interesting.
I'm going to be honest with you. I couldn't, my husband was talking about, starting a YouTube channel, like painting his Warhammer, like figurines and stuff like that. Maybe doing some woodwork on there and stuff. And I told him, if you do that, I do not know who you are. And I will not acknowledge you. And if you ever get a Twitter, I'm blocking you. Because I don't want him in this world. I don't want him anywhere connected to me with what I do. I don't want him connected to me. That's why y'all know him as Mr. Xylie. Very few people have actually talked to my husband before. In, like, Discord. You know? But I will completely act like I don't know who he is. He knows not to type in my chat. Like, he'll watch my live streams. He knows not to type in my chat. Because I do not want him connected to my channel whatsoever. I mean, I would, in all seriousness, I would help him set it up, and I will teach him how to edit and stuff like that, of course. Of course I would. But as far as y'all would know, my husband don't have a YouTube channel. That's exactly how I would carry it. I would carry it like, what YouTube channel? What are y'all talking about? I have no clue.
People here are more of a real community. I agree. I've always been a Twitch hoe. Like, I've loved Twitch. I've been on Twitch since 2014. That's the other thing. That's, man, yeah. The people who say, like, I, like, used Ian, or I'm only relevant because of Ian or whatever, like, I'm the least relevant I've ever been in my life, and I have been the least relevant I've ever been in my career being attached to Ian. I was a lot more relevant and a lot more, like, popular pre-dating Ian on here.
That's definitely true. She was more popular back then. I don't think you can deny that. But that's because she chose to stop streaming, which she just talked about. She didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, okay. If she is upset about not, and I'm not saying she's like upset. I'm just going by her statement. She was more popular before Ian. You stopped. You stopped streaming. Okay? You have to build it back up. And you can build it back up. The only thing you need to do is stop molding and coping. That's what you need to stop doing. Once you stop doing that and you do your own thing, you can build your viewership back up.
Content, as she said. She thought it was going to be the right move to stop herself from being clipped by commentary channels. But the lack of personal responsibility is palpable, because in doing that, you also just stop making content entirely. You can't exist out of fear of posting anything online because you think people are going to make fun of you. Like, especially when, I don't even think Anissa is necessarily a bad person. She's just, like, retarded. If you had powered through that.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Yes. I 100% agree.
And not been worried so much about the hate or being made fun of and just pushed on, it would have been fine. People generally get bored of these stories in a couple days. They're not going to latch onto it forever. Unless you allow them to make fun of you for their entertainment by constantly talking about it and posting clips about it and complaining about it and crying. Like, then people are going to make content about it because you keep it going. You give them something to talk about.
If there's anyone that actually does keep me accountable, it is, for, like, sticking to a job, it is Ian, actually. Okay, I wanted to quit OF, like, so early on, and Ian was like, no, you promised 2 years at least. I'm gonna make you stick to it. And I did, and I mean, I still do it, so. Can I say that?
So just maybe, here's a thought. Don't talk about it. Make the content that people want to see, whatever that can be for you. Which apparently at one point you were doing, and then you stopped. Also, this idea that the people who don't like Ian just want to be his friend and they're like parasocially attached to him is hilarious. Do you really think that everybody right now that doesn't like Ian wants to be friends with this Jarvis Johnson ripoff guy who won't even say gamer words when he plays Call of Duty with the boys? Shut up. If Ian just made content that people wanted to see, he would be fine too. But the content he's posting on his channel is not very compelling, and the content that Anissa is making is mostly her complaining about nothing.
And here's the thing. I don't even see a problem with Idubbbz wanting to change his content up. I do have a problem with how he alienated his fan base. However, I don't see a problem with him wanting to do different stuff. I don't see a problem with that. And quite frankly, it seems like to me, he could have just grown up and he didn't want to do those kind of jokes anymore. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. Where the problem lied was, oh my God, I can't even speak. Where the problem was, he alienated his fan base. That's what he did. He talked bad about them.
I only know Ian from Creator Clash, and I did not come up on their work. Essentially, I found the backlash to his development into his later adulthood to be a form of, I want my friend in my head to conform to my behavioral choices and beliefs. I think that's a sound analysis. My therapist said it best. It's really interesting having a therapist like look into all of this, but she said, like, the types of people who are angry are people who have probably been told their whole life that their life would be better if they got a girlfriend, and they're seeing Ian change because of a girl, or like they've decided it's because of a girl, and he's like, you know, not doing what they want, and it's challenging their, like, ideas of what they've told themselves is okay.
All right, I'm going to be honest with you, all right? And this is a grown-ass woman talking, all right? Sometimes when you get, for all you single people out there, when you get in a relationship, you may actually change. I can tell you now, I am a better person since I've been with Mr. Xylie versus how I was before I started dating him. I am a better person now. I have learned so many good lessons through that man that I am a better person today than I was, oh God, 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Take the year before we started dating. I'm a better person now. So you do change. Hopefully for the better. If you change for the worse, something's wrong. But if you actually become a better person through what you learn through your partner, that's a good relationship. Yeah, she does kind of sound like she's putting everything on him. Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, I don't feel good about their relationship, but I don't know what exactly to say about it. You know, and I'm not throwing any accusations out there or anything, so don't get it twisted. I don't feel good about it. I don't know if it's a codependency thing where they sit and maul together, and the thing is when you're in a negative headspace and you hang out with somebody also in a negative headspace, before you know it, you're bouncing your negative headspace with each other back and forth. Before you know it, there's a tornado of negativity. And sometimes I feel like that's what's going on with those two. Misery loves company, 100%. Okay, I'm going to end the video there. Yeah, I'm going to end the video here. And we'll definitely have the link to the video in the description. And you can definitely go watch the rest of it.